Okay, better get started. So,
és te mit kaptál, Babikám?
I have a thing in front of me.
De akkor ez nem is karácsonyra jött?
Nem, ez potya, úgy értem, hogy karácsony előtt, még előbb megtaláltam. Teljesen váratlanul jött meg. Úgy értem, hogy váratlanul találtam rá. Ez egy ilyen extra ritka cucc, amit nagyon-nagyon ritkán lehet megtalálni. Hát,
ami az én szememben bopik?
Igen, mondjuk úgy. Ezt a buborékos izét, ezt érdemes, hogy megmaradjon. Remélem, hogy benne a kis doboz az nem sérült meg.
A legjobb se.
Okay, I'm gonna
Egyébként úgy néz ki, mint
do
hogy
this.
az 50-es évekből maradt volna olyan.
I'm gonna do this in English as well, or at least as much as I can. Igen, könnyen lehet. So, this is an extremely special episode because I got this thing. I got this thing completely on a whim. It's been only, how long has it been? I don't know how long it's been. It's only been like 2 weeks, I'm thinking, since the top it. It's crazy. But the thing is, ezt légy szíves, ne? Excuse me. I'm gonna wait. Okay, so let's try that again. So, basically, I was just browsing casually on eBay. I was just looking through my daily rounds of stuff. And I saw this listing for this thing, which I'm not going to reveal right now, or not yet. And the really, really cool part about it was the price. It started out as something like, I'm not sure how much it was. It was like, how much was it? Like 4 or 3 pounds or something crazy like that? It wasn't much. It wasn't much at all. And so I started let's just call it a bidding war, I guess. Just trying to get it. There ended up being more bids. There ended up being 4 bids, if I recall correctly. I don't remember if that was actually 4 bids or not. It could have been more, actually. And I actually won somehow. I don't know how I did that. Well, okay, I knew because I just bid at the very, very last second. And it was the whole entire price, including shipping, that I paid for this is far more than not far more, but just a bit more than the things that I've paid so far. It was 27 pounds. Exactly. 26 pounds 98 or something like that. And so that contrasts with the 19 or so that I paid for the Bop It XT 2013, which actually was supposed to have been a Bop It download, which of course it wasn't, and the Top It, and the 23, I think, was it, or maybe 22 and a half pounds that I paid for the Uno Blitzo. So, 27 isn't that much more, especially if you consider what this is, because I haven't shown you this yet, and I'm going to go downstairs now and take this with me. Akkor én ezzel lemegyek, ha nem baj, és rakok bele elemeket. So, I felt this thing. Ez egyébként felvételen van, szóval bárki, aki magyarul tud, az most, igen, csak úgy mondom, igen.
Azt hittem beszélgetsz valakivel.
Nem, felvételre megy.
Az öröklét megbeszél. Műsor csinál.
Okay, so, what I was going to say was, The time when I felt this thing in the box, just now when I started, when I started recording, the first reaction that I got was, it's small, like really small in comparison to something else that is very similar, which is if you picture a Bop It Extreme 2 or a Bop It XT or something similar. It's like that, but not exactly. It's much smaller, as I said, and now it's time to find out. So, I'm going to describe to you exactly what I feel and how it works. So, okay, first question. How do you hold this thing? There's this sticker somewhere on the side that I think is peeling off already by itself. I'm going to take it and peel it off, if that's not a problem, because it's a tiny bit annoying, and I think it's actually one of those stickers that you can't peel off fully, so it's like, no, actually, no, it is peeled off now, okay. The speaker, I think, is somewhere over there. Okay, this is weird. So, it's like, how do I explain this? So, it may look like a Bop It Extreme because it has, like, the two arms, but the problem is, those two arms aren't symmetrical whatsoever. So, like, it doesn't look anything symmetrical like the way the Bop It Extremes do. It looks anything but that. It's this really weird shape. I don't even know how to describe it. It doesn't look like an Extreme 2. Like, at all.
Screwdriver, 2 batteries.
Miért Oh.
Az is benne volt a dobozban.
What?
Included.
What? Érdekes. Good to know. So, apparently, the seller was kind enough to give me a random screwdriver, a random Phillips head screw. Actually, I think I know why. Because this is the small type, isn't it? It's the small type screw. Because this bit doesn't feel like a normal bit to me. So, I have to use this screwdriver in order to get into the compartment. Thank you very much for the seller, for the I don't know what word I'm supposed to describe this with, but like, the fact that they actually care about letting their customers use the item in question. That is great. So, what I was going to say is it looks nothing like a Bop It Extreme 2, like, at all. It has 5 actions, so I guess it kind of looks similar, but not at all, because those actions are in completely different places, for one, and they are also completely differently shaped as well. I'm gonna get to that. You know what, no, I think I'll just say it now, because there's no point in delaying it. This is the Super Clicket from MGA. This is exactly why I was so ecstatic to have won the auction on this, because the Super Clicket is, you see these every few months or so, and then you don't see them for another few months, and usually, and I do mean usually, especially from the US, they command a huge price tag. Like, I'm talking over $100 used. And so the fact that this arrived to me with a full bid price, including shipping to Hungary, for £27 exactly, or very similar, is crazy if you think about it. Okay, So, before I put batteries into this thing, I'm going to have to figure out where the cover is. And before I do that, I might as well test out the actions and show you how they all work. First, I'm going to try and take the cellophane off these batteries. There's 2 AAAs and there's the screwdriver, and both AAAs still have residues of cellophane, the way they've been stuck together by the seller when it was packaged, which is a kind touch. Again, as I said before, there's still a tiny bit of residue on both the batteries, but it's fine. Okay, so let's take a look at the actions. In the center, or should I say, the way I'm holding it right now, it's kind of the bottom center, I guess, is a rubber thing that has a spring in it. If you press it down enough, it makes a noise. Both sides can spring in. That is cool. By the way, the handle, or whatever you could call the handle, I guess, that one, or that thing, it has a few lines on it. Okay, so I'm going to hold it like this, I guess. Okay. Okay, so we have this thing on the, right now I'm holding it so that it's on the right side. Now, if I go a tiny bit up with the same hand, the way that this arm protrudes out, there's this thing on the end of it that you can move back and forth. And you can hear it slam and spring against the other side when I let go. If you can move it much less like this. But if you spring it, it does this. There's that. I love the mechanics already. Now, if you go the other way, if you go the other side, there's a thing that has a few dots on it that you're supposed to pull left and right. It doesn't make much of a noise, but you're supposed to just take it and pull it to one side or another side. Then, now we're on the bottom left part, is finally something that you can kind of recognize, although it's not completely the same. It's a twist it. It doesn't really snap or make twisting noises the other way around, but it sounds like that. The zip it, if I'm being very forceful, which is the thing that I covered just now, sounds like this. And finally, we come to the most interesting gimmick of this thing, which I think I'm supposed to be holding it the other way. I'm supposed to be holding it with this thing over here. Let's see, I'm gonna have to think about this. So like this here, this here, this here, this here. Okay, and then this thing, it's practically a fan blade. You can mess with your hand to make it move, or alternatively, you can... Whoa! That is cool! I love this! This is great! This is great. I don't know why, it's great. Okay. I'm sorry, I can't get over that. That's great. Yeah, you're supposed to blow into it because it's literally just a fan blade. And the more you blow into it, the more noise it makes. And while you're doing that, there's a tiny thing that apparently is a light sensor that it bumps up against, and it reacts to it. Okay, so I'm gonna let you think about what the names of some of those commands are. Of course, you already know some of them because I said twist it and I also said zip it. But, okay, so the battery cover is interesting. It's in the middle. It's in the middle part, right on, like, where you think a bop it button would go, whereas the bop it button kind of thing that looks a little bit like a bop it button, that rubberized thing, that thing is a tiny bit away from there, so it's not actually in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to take the screwdriver, and I'm going to stick it in and try to unscrew the battery cover, which thankfully is already a tiny bit loose. See if the screwdriver will like this. It hasn't yet, but maybe it's because I'm doing it the wrong way. And it looks like I haven't gotten the screw out yet. Just a minute while I try to figure this out. Oh, it's not moving yet, but it's getting closer now. I think I'm almost done. There we go. It's out. I can tell that this screw is smaller than any of the others. And inside we find a very delicate little hole. Very well made. Well, actually, we will never get to figure that out until we put the batteries into it, right? Springs are very tight. Good. They don't flop around. Now I'm going to go put them in. Here's one. Fits in nice. Here's two. Get ready. It's about to make a noise. Okay, it's in. Fits pretty well, actually. Now, let's press the magical button, and it should...
One player, squish it.
Hey!
One player, two player, squish it. Two player, one player, squish it.
So, the speaker
One player,
is right on the opposite side of where the battery would be. Where the battery cover would be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately take the cover and put it back on. Now, this game is going to be notorious for constantly yelling out its commands, its game modes, because as you heard, it said squish it, one player, squish it, one player. That means it's on the one player and it's asking for either commands or sounds, or voice commands or sounds. And I'm going to see if I can figure out where the battery cover goes so I can put it back on. This is going to take a while because I can't actually figure out where it's supposed to go. It's right over here. Good to know. Okay, I'm going to take the screwdriver and I'm going to hope. Another thing that I'm a tiny bit annoyed about, although I really don't have any reason to be, is the fact that there's no volume control whatsoever. This means the covers kind of fit snug now. This means that it will be quite loud. Okay, so...
two player, squish it. Two player, one player, squish it.
I don't know if this is low-pitched or medium-pitched or what. Nothing does anything unless I do the magical thing and do the action that looks like an extension of the arm, which is called crack it. I'm going to see if I can position this in a way that will make it easier for me to understand where the things are. Okay, I think I got it. So, crack it, which is the thing I'll use to start the game, for me, is right now at the top right. The zip it is on the top left, the thing that you move left and right. Well, forwards and backwards, really. The twist it is on the bottom left. The squish it is up against the front. And what's interesting is the asymmetry of these commands makes it so that you have to really fumble for them, which makes it an even bigger challenge than any other Bop It would be, because if you wouldn't know by now, this is literally like the only Bop It knockoff that was ever made. This was made in 2000, by the way, by MGA Entertainment, and it's literally the only Bop It knockoff that's gained any kind of traction whatsoever because of how unique it is. Okay, and the Blast It. The Blast It is the that. I can't get over that. I don't know why. That's at the bottom right. Okay, so are you ready? I'm going to crack it now, and I'll start a game. We'll see how far I can get. Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Crack it. Blast it. Blast it. Blast it. Blast it. Blast it.
Can you stop?
Zip it. Crack it. Squish it. Blast it. Zip it. Crack it. Twist it. Squish it. Twist it. Crack it. Twist it. Crack it. Blast it. Squish it.
It gets faster.
Squish it. Squish it. Zip it. Twist it. Crack it. Zip it. Crack it. Twist it. Crack it. Zip it. Squish it. Squish it. Zip it. Blast it. Zip it. Twist it. Crack it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Squish it. Twist it.
Oh no.
Crack it. Zip it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Zip it. Zip it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Crack it. Zip it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Squish it.
It's just about to get even faster. Hey!
Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Crack it. Blast it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Zip it. Crack it. Zip it. Twist it. Squish it. Crack it. Crack it. Crack
Almost done now.
Twist it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Zip it. Zip it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Blast it. Blast it. Twist it. Blast it. Way to go!
I did it. I did it. I actually did it. Oh my god. I actually did it. I beat the game. I beat the game the first time that I've ever played it. That's an accomplishment. I mean, I've done that with the Bop It XT as well, but that's because I've owned one before. It's very hard to say, because all the other games that I've played so far, or that I've bought so far, are not games that are easy to win, or they're not even winnable at all. So I guess this is the first game that you can actually get 100 on, which, by the way, the score is 100. It was intense. Let me tell you right now, it was really intense. That last time when it said blast it, those few times, I was sure I was going to mess it up. But it looks like I didn't. I'm going to try it one more time. And this time I'm going to show you a few things that it does when you fail, because it plays cheers and it goes do 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 do, and then it says way to go when you win, which is something I've only heard like twice in my whole entire life. But what I have heard enough of is starting a game and failing immediately. So I'm going to do that a couple times and show you that even when you fail, there's a few interesting things that can happen, so I'm going to quickly do that.
Flip it. No way. Squish it. No way. Blast it. Sorry.
Yeah, it can say no way, it can say sorry, and it has, you've just heard 3 different fail sounds. In fact, there's even more. I'm going to try to make it play my favorite one.
Twist it. Oh no.
There's one. It says oh no as well. I'm looking for one specific one.
Twist it. Oh no.
Not that one.
Squish it. Oh no. Flip it. Sorry. Blast it. Squish it.
Oh, it actually worked.
Sorry.
That little bleh is 1 point. I'm going to try to get somewhere like maybe, I don't know, like 37 or something, some number like that. I'm going to try to get there and show you how the numbers work. Because there's a sound for 10 points and there's a sound for 1 point.
Squish it. No way.
There. That's my favorite fail sound. When it goes whip. When it does that. So it can say no way, it can say oh no, and it can say sorry. And it can do a bunch of interesting fail noises, and then it counts your score. So let's up the ante a little bit, because I feel very confident in
One
this.
player. Squish it.
Oh god, the squish it.
One player.
Squish it can become extremely responsive sometimes. So let's play it with the sound mode. Now what's weird is the sound mode has no response whatsoever. So you have to do it right, otherwise you fail. Also, for whatever reason, when it plays the Clicket sound, it waits way too long. Also, I'm not sure if you noticed, but for those with a keen ear, you can hear if I take too long to do a command, it will pause and wait for a while before doing the next one. That's something that only the Super Clicket does, as far as I remember, from like almost any Bop It. Okay, let's play sound mode, see how far we can get. That's the zip it. That's the squish it. That's... What? I did that.
Sorry.
I just got 5. Let's try that again. Twist it. And... What?
No way.
See, this is what I don't like about the sound mode, is that you don't have any indication if you've gotten it or not. See? Like that. I think I'll be better off not using the blowing part. I can just, like, twitch it with my hands. What?
Oh no.
Are you kidding me? See, now I'm gonna wait. Yeah, it takes way too long, I don't know why. Ooh. Oh, it doesn't work.
No way.
I'm gonna go back to 1-player mode.
One player. Squish it.
Oh, every single time you squish it, it goes back to 1-player squish it. So it never like continues to the next mode. It always resets to 1-player voice when you press squish it to go between modes. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna do some experiments with a blast it.
Squish it. Twist it. Zip it. Crack it. Crack it. Blast it. Squish it.
Okay.
Blast it.
It
No way.
doesn't work very often.
Zip it.
Let's see if I can find out why.
Twist it. Crack it. Crack it. Zip it. Squish it. Blast it. Crack it.
Okay.
Squish it. Blast it. Twist it.
It sometimes works.
Crack it. Crack
It's not reliable enough.
Blast it. Blast
Oh, it actually does.
Crack it.
Okay, that makes sense. I think I get it. Whoa. So you just waited there?
Twist it. Crack it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop now. And you'll see.
No way!
You heard 3, and then you heard a boop. That's 31. So the 10 sound is the 1 sound is the boom. And I just now figured out that the blast it, I mean, it does work if you don't blow into it, but it's not as reliable and it's not as fun. On that note, though, I am going to go back to sound mode and see how far I can get now.
1 player. Squish it. 1 player.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why Crockett takes this long. It does. Yeah. Hello? Oh. I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong when that happens. No blast it for a while. Which is actually for the better, to be honest. Hey, it worked. Of course, if you do the wrong thing, it fails too. I like the zip it sound. Ah, messed it up.
No way!
It didn't register. 34 this time. Yeah, zip it doesn't register all the time. Neither does the squish it and the blast it, of course. So those are a tiny bit weak points. I'm going to play one more time, but I'm going to try to be as... I'm going to try to actually do the blast it, like by blowing into it. And this time I'm going to show you how 2-player mode works, because it's not conventional, and it's a tiny bit lazy, but it's also good, I guess, the way it works. By the way, the squish it, the fact that it's so rubbery is really cool.
1 player. Squish it. 1 player. 2 player. Squish it.
Okay, so this is what 2-player mode sounds like.
Blast it. Twist it. Crack it. Crack it. Squish it. Blast it. Crack it. Squish it. Zip it. Crack it. Switch.
Switch!
Crack it.
And now the other player's turn.
Twist it. Zip it. Squish it. Twist it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Zip it.
Whoa.
Switch. Twist it. Zip it. Crack it. Twist it.
Interesting.
Blast it. Zip it. Zip it. Crack it. Twist
This
it.
game has the
Twist
wait
it.
for the sound to finish rule,
Switch.
just like the bopper refresh does.
Zip it.
Now, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but it's not speeding up. It's because every single player,
Blast it. Crack it.
every player,
Zip it.
each one of the 2 players has a
Zip it.
score total of its own.
Blast it.
And switch. Now it gets faster.
Squish it. Blast it. Squish it. Blast it. Crack it. Blast it. Zip it. Crack it. Twist it. Crack it.
Switch.
Switch.
Oh, I like how it cuts off.
Zip it. Blast it. Zip it. Crack it. Twist it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Squish it. Squish it.
Switch.
Switch. Squish it.
So now up to 30.
Twist it. Twist it.
Up. Switch. Ooh, it gets even faster now.
Twist it. Flip it. Crack it. Blast it. Squish it. Blast it. Flip it.
Ooh,
Twist it.
I like that.
Twist it.
Switch.
Flip it. Twist it. Blast it. Twist it. Blast it. Squish it. Flip it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Switch. Flip it. Sorry. Switch.
It's 50 exactly, and it says switch again.
Twist it. Crack it.
Why is that?
Blast
I don't know.
Crack it. Crack it. Flip it. Squish it. Flip it. Crack it. Twist it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist
Oh, the other player can just play as quickly, play as much as they want. Ooh.
Squish it. Twist it. Blast it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Twist it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Squish it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Twist it. Squish it. Crack it. Twist it. Blast it. Squish it.
Whoa.
Squish it. Flip it. Squish it. Crack it.
And I'm gonna fail now.
Sorry.
90. Let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I got exactly 99. I did that because, I don't know, I just wanted to see exactly how much I would get. So, for those uninitiated, I was trying to blast it really, really hard. And there's the really weird thing you can get it to do where if you blast it too hard, you can actually make the game go into this frozen state. This is really hard to do.
One player. Squish it. Flip it. Twist it. Squish it. Flip it.
I love how you can make it twice as slow.
Blast it. Crack it. Crack it. Flip it. Crack it. Flip it. Squish it. Squish it. Twist it. Twist it. Flip it. Twist it. Twist it. Twist it. Flip it. Squish it. Flip it.
That's interesting.
Blast it.
Oh, come on.
No way.
There's a second way I can... Can I blow into it? Like, no, I can't. How do I blow into it satisfactorily so that it actually, like, spins? Ooh. I need to try it like this.
Flip it. Squish it. Crack it. Squish it. Blast it. Flip it.
Nope.
Flip it. Squish it. Squish it. Flip it. Blast it. Squish it. Squish it. Blast it. Blast it. Flip it. Crack it.
Nope, I can't do it.
Twist it. Blast it. Twist it. Squish it. Twist it. Blast it. Zip it. Zip it. Zip it. Twist it. Squish it. Twist it. Blast it.
There we go! I did it! I finally did it! Yay! And now it's completely frozen. So, if you blast it too hard, the game decides to freeze because there's too much going on, and now you have to reset it. There's nothing you can do. You have to reset it. Now, what's interesting is this game was one of the first ones that I've ever known to have a reset button. The question is, where? Where is that reset button, I wonder? I'm going to try and look around and see if I can find anything. It's not there, because that would be weird, because there's screws constantly holding in the whole entire thing. It's not over here either, and it's not in the part with the... It's not in the part with the speaker, I don't think. I don't think any of these holes have them, and the rest of these are probably just screws, aren't they? So actually, I don't know where the reset button might be. I know there is one, because I know people have told me about the fact that it exists, but I don't know where it would be. Because I see a bunch of screws, but I don't see any particular point where a reset button would go. And by the way, no matter what you do at this point, it's just stuck. Like, nothing that you do will ever get it back until you reset the game. It's fortunate that like all of the games that I've gotten came with battery. Well, even the Top It did, but the Top It unfortunately came with completely dead ones. But doesn't mean like it still came with batteries. Okay, so like yeah, every game that I've gotten so far has come with batteries. Yeah, that looks like a screw to me. All this looks like screws to me, so I don't know where the reset button would be. I'm just going to take the battery cover, take one of the batteries out, and do it that way. Also, that reminds me, I think I still have the battery cover for the Zingit laying around, so with this small driver, I will now be able to take that and... Oh no. Did I kill the screw or something? 'Cause it feels very not good. I think I put it too loose, and now I can't make it less loose. This is not great. Am I doing it the wrong way? No, I'm doing it the right way. And I can't use any amount of force to get it off, because I would break it if I did that. So I'm gonna have to try and work with this screw a little bit. Hopefully I didn't break it completely. Because this screwdriver fits perfectly into this hole over here. So that's why I'm thinking it's working. It's just I'm not sure to what extent exactly. I'm going to try to... Oh, this is not great. I think I took the cover and made it impossible to unscrew now. By the way, the Super Clicket by itself creaks a little bit. It's mostly the arms, and it's mostly the crack it and twist it. But it doesn't creak that much, actually. There actually is a little rubbery little clicky noise you get by messing with the zip it. So, I don't know what's going on with this screw. I really hope I didn't break it, but maybe I did. Maybe I did break it. Because this was the screw that I messed with. I know that for sure. It's just I must have put it in the wrong way or something. Because now it doesn't ever want to like unscrew itself. Like no matter what I do. And I don't want to force it, because I may break it if I do that. Although, what would I break? I would break the cover, I guess. I'm trying everything I can to get the screw back on, but it's not working. Yep, I just forcefully took that part off, and now the cover's off, but only because the screw kind of stayed in. Yeah. Great job, me. The screw is now stuck. And I can feel it. Like, the screw's literally in here, and I can feel it. Oh, now I can get it to move, so maybe I can reinstall it. Yep, there it is, it's out. I think I broke the cover. Let's see if reinserting it works. No, it doesn't. Great. I broke the battery cover for the Super Clicket. Frig. Well, not unless I take this and I somehow put the screwdriver into it and maybe try to get an established hold, because maybe if I do just that, maybe I can get it to fit if I quickly just try to pull it in. Oh, no, it doesn't get any kind of stable hold in. Kind of broke it. Great. Well, that's what you get for taking a game that has a small screw and messing with its battery cover. Now it's broken. It's fine. The Super Clicket's battery compartment is great when it comes to holding in the batteries, so I trust it. And plus, it'll be easier for me to glitch them now, if I ever take the time to do so. So, I guess I can just take this and put it into my box for posterity. That's really all I can do. Unfortunately. That's all I can do. Screw's kind of dead. I broke it. Oh well. It's only a battery. It's nothing crazy. So now I can go and take the battery out, put it back in, and it should work again. No? Really? Looks like not. Looks like I'm gonna have to find that reset button after all. Either that, or take both batteries out, wait a few seconds, and put them back in, which should make it reset itself. No? There we go. See, it's back. So, Super Clicket, it's a great addition to my collection, and I love the fact that I beat it immediately upon first try, but the fact that I accidentally broke the cover isn't great. I don't have much of a chance that the batteries will ever come dislodged, because they're fully in there. There's nothing. Oh, by the way, the zip it is what usually shakes around as well as blast it a little bit. So now I can.
No way! Twist it!
I can just glitch it to hell.
Crack it. Oh no!
Although with these batteries that are good, there's nothing really that I'm getting out of it. And yeah, I think that's enough for the Super Clicket for now. I don't understand why it's called a Super Clicket, by the way. I mean, I do know why, kind of, because there was a thing that MGA made called the Clicket that is much smaller than this, and it has 4 actions, and it's just pretty terrible. But it's almost the same concept, except for the fact that it just goes slower. And it has less sounds, and it only plays 1 sound when you fail and 1 sound when you get 100 points. But yeah, if you compare this to something like a Bop It Extreme 2, it's much smaller than that. It doesn't fit into the palm of your hand, but it doesn't feel out of place either. It fits comfortably in your 2 hands, holding it by any of the arms or whatever else you're going to be doing with it. I hold mine with the zip it on one end and the twist it on the other end, so that I can put my other left index finger on the zip it, my right thumb on the squish it, the part of my left hand holding onto it is holding onto the twist it, so I can twist it with the palm of my hand. The rest of my fingers on my right hand are enclosed on the crack it, so if I ever need to do that, which, by the way, I don't know why it's called crack it, you're just pulling it away. And the blast it, well, I just put the thing towards me and it's great fun.
One player. Squish it. Squish it. Blast it. Twist it. No way.
So yeah, Super Clicket. I'm not gonna say that this is like a crazy a game that I'm going to be playing like constantly, but for one, it's collector's value because now I consider myself as a true electronic game collector now that I own this, for one, and for two, challenges are actually very, very possible on this thing because of the nature of how random the moves are. There is no patterns, literally none, no patterns whatsoever. You can have any action after any action, or at least from what I could tell. It's completely random. It's not like the Bop It Extreme, or the Bop It Extreme 2, or of course the Bop It Shout. Any Bop It that you could think of, a lot of them, even the ones that you may think, okay, the only one exception to that would be the download, I think. But a lot of the other ones, they are pattern-based. Oh, I get it. Listen to this. So I zip it one way, then I zip it the other way, and listen. Makes a little clicky noise. Clicky, clicky, click. It only does that once. It's when you start zipping it back and forth when it does that. That is so cool. I don't know why. I just love the mechanics of this thing, especially the... Whee!
One player. Squish it.
The one thing that's going to be a bit annoying is me waking up to one player squish it every so often, because it's probably going to do that quite often when I'm rummaging around in my box of games. But, you know, that's what it is. So yeah, I honestly can't believe that I now own this thing, and the fact that I only paid £27 for it. I think it was well worth the price, because Super Clicket is rare as hell. And it's going to be in my collection for more years to come, I hope. It's crazy. And this makes my total 27. Can you believe that I started with 16 this year? And I got 11. 11. That means 2 Simons, 5 games from Pixel, and 4 out of my own money. And if things go well, I'm not stopping. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep this up for, but I'm going to do it for as long as I can. And I assure you, I have a few things in the works, in the pipeline, that I still have in my watch list that I could get. So I'm not going to end yet. There is still things that are in my price range that I am able to get. So I hope I'll be able to get something, and the next thing that I'll be getting is probably going to be in January, because I really shouldn't have gotten anything for December, to be quite honest, because the Super Clicket was a completely one-off thing. Like, it's never going to happen again. If I ever see something that is like extremely rare for a very, very low price, I have to get that. There is no way I can't. Not unless it's something that doesn't ship to me, which of course can happen. But in that case, I won't even see it. So, yeah, that was that. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll put this over here. Just compare it to the Bopper XT. Oh, I can already hear. Yep. Yeah, the Bopper XT is much bigger than this. Much bigger than this. Oh, it's gonna constantly do this now. Oh well. At some point, I'm gonna find that battery cover for the Zingit. See if I can put it on with the small screwdriver. And then proceed to put it on too much and maybe break it too. Oh well. It's fine. Again, I don't have a reason to put battery covers on everything. And the fact that I broke this one, it's not a big deal. I still have the cover for posterity. It's just a screw that doesn't work right. Anyway, that was that. Also, I don't think I'll be able to make much in the next few weeks in terms of YouTube. I don't know if I'll make anything. I have a lot of stuff to catch up with, and this is probably going to be the last video until sometime in the December 20-somethings that you'll see. After Christmas, maybe. I don't even know. I don't think there's much that I would record, honestly, because, of course, I buy stuff on my own now. The stuff that I'll be getting for Christmas will most likely not be as interesting to put in a video, and it probably won't be electronic game related, so I don't know. We'll see. But I do have a plan to continue MML remixes, and I have one in mind, and I'm going to try to start working on it as soon as I can. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you later. I hope before 2020 closes. I don't know.
Pause button. Pause.